And just minutes ago, San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo announced he expects PG&E to foot at least part of the bill the city has racked up to keep people safe through the shutdown.
An initial estimate of the cost to the city so far in dealing with this public safety power shutdown is around $500,000. We had many city employees working around the clock, as I can attest to last night, as I witnessed them hard at work. And we have certainly spoken to the governor's office about the large public costs.
San Jose's East Foothills neighborhood dodged a bullet this morning when a still live PG&E line snapped and set off a small fire. KPIX 5's Len Ramirez is in a neighborhood by Allen Rock Park that could have gone up in flames if not for that quick response. Len?
That's right. There was a big concern about that fire this morning, but we have a live news update here. The power just came back on. This lasted only about 18 hours. Reporting live in San Jose, Len Ramirez, KPIX 5.
Right now, Governor Newsom is holding a press conference to address the shutoffs. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
We got it done. And we got it done because we recognize the moment we are in. No one is naive about this moment in every way, shape, or form.
And we've been listening to Governor Gavin Newsom speaking about the PG&E shutoffs, addressing the wine country wildfires that happened 2 years ago now.
You can find all the latest information on the areas impacted by the outage on our website. We have also posted a survival guide with things you need to know if you are still without power. It's at the very top of our homepage at kpix.com.
A large police presence at a South Bay high school, the student threat that prompted a campus lockdown.
New drama in the impeachment inquiry. 2 key figures arrested. How they are accused of trying to help the president's lawyer dig up dirt on the Bidens. And
how the war of words between the NBA and China could cost some Warriors players big money. A wildfire sparked in Contra Costa County overnight just as the power was being shut off, and that made evacuations more challenging. It was a harrowing few hours for Moraga residents forced out of their homes. This is what fire crews were faced with, intense flames coming up and over the Moraga Hills, making their way toward several homes. Fire crews say that the outage did not affect how they attacked the flames, but it did hinder how people escaped. Turkish troops have escalated attacks on Kurdish fighters in northern Syria as they continue their assault on a key U.S. ally in the fight against ISIS. Thousands of refugees on the move, escaping Turkey's assault on northern Syria. 16 people have been killed as the Turkish military steps up attacks for a second day. President Trump has not reversed his decision to withdraw U.S. troops from the region. Senator Dianne Feinstein is supporting sanctions against Turkey. She released a statement saying, quote, by ignoring Pentagon and State Department advice and withdrawing our troops, President Trump is seriously undermining our fight against ISIS. All right, Darren, thank you. Bay Area thieves accused of stealing more than 100 cars and even following people home from the dealership.
Plus, a quick-thinking hotel clerk turns the tables on our robber here the moment she threatened him with his own gun.
Authorities are investigating a homicide in San Jose. It happened last night at about 9 p.m. Police called out to a home on Virginia Street at Highway 87. And upon arrival, they located an adult male victim along the Guadalupe River suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim later died on the scene. The suspects have not yet been identified. This is the 29th homicide in San Jose this year.
Well, coming up at 5:30, the cost of the power shutoffs. We head to the North Bay where people are waiting to hear if they will spend a third day in the dark. Plus, the
KPIX News at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, PG&E is beginning the painstaking process of restoring power to 600,000 customers still in the dark this evening. The lights are back on for another 126,000, mostly north of here. But in the past few hours, the utility gave the all clear for inspections to begin in all affected Bay Area counties. But with about 25,000 miles of line to cover across PG&E's service area, it could take a while. Good evening, I'm Veronica Cruz.
I'm Alan Martin. Now at this
UC Berkeley was also affected by the blackout today. KPIX 5's John Ramos reports after 2 days of shutdown, the campus was taking on a surreal vibe.
I'm here at UC Berkeley at a time when school is in session.
Well, the Environmental Protection Agency is unveiling a plan to reduce lead in drinking water. The announcement comes nearly 3 decades after the agency last updated its lead and copper rule. The proposed rule would change testing requirements for local water systems. It would also change procedures to replace lead service lines when lead content is found to be high.
It would require water systems to act sooner to reduce lead levels. It would improve transparency and communication with the public. And third, it would better protect children and the most at-risk communities. The
EPA's proposal will be available for public comment on the agency's website for 60 days. Yeah, that's right. All right, Darren, thank you. Coming up all new at 6, with frustration mounting over the shutoffs, how PG&E could be held accountable. Plus, the struggle to get emergency alerts out during a power outage raises fears for those in harm's way. And how climate change is forcing SFO to take drastic action to keep the water at bay.
For the news at 5, KPIX 5 News at 6 begins right now with Ken Bastida and Veronica de la Cruz.
You're respecting each other so we can
now at 6, PG&E about to take the podium at any minute. The question tonight, when will all the power be back on? That live press conference just about to get underway. We'll take it as soon as it begins.
But we may be losing food at home depending on how long it takes for them to turn the power back on.
People across the Bay Area losing patience, and the Bay Area city asking PG&E to pay up.
And getting people out of their homes when a fire is burning close by. The challenge when there is no power. KPIX 5 News at 6 begins right now with power being restored to parts of the Bay Area. Good evening, I'm Veronica de la Cruz.
And I'm Ken Bastida. In the past few hours, PG&E gave the go-ahead for power line inspections to begin in all affected Bay Area counties. The lights are already back on for some, others are still waiting.
Here's where we stand officially by the numbers. Power is back on for 126,000 customers, mostly to the north of us. Another 600,000 are still in the dark. More than 6,300 PG&E workers are on the ground inspecting about 27,000 miles of distribution and transmission lines. They're getting aerial assistance right now from 45 helicopter crews.
And as we wait for the PG&E news conference, let's get to KPIX 5's Emily Turner in Pleasant Hill, where not long ago people got some good news. Emily?
Live here at Pleasant Hill, Emily Turner, KPIX 5.
PG&E making progress in Morgan Hill, but not all parts of the city have their power back on yet. KPIX 5's Kit Doe joins us now with how law enforcement has been keeping the public safe. Kit?
Depending on how much power is out in Morgan Hill. And we're live. Kit Doe, KPIX 5.
Well, San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo says his city has already incurred about $500,000 in public safety costs during the shutdown, and he wants PG&E to foot the bill.
Still ahead with frustration mounting over the shutoffs. Customers are now demanding answers from PG&E, the people whose job is to hold the utility accountable.
In Moraga, a fast-moving wildfire evacuated about 150 families overnight. It burned 50 acres. There's no word on how it started, but fire officials did eliminate power line and lightning as causes. KPIX 5's Da Lin joins us now with how residents were notified during the power outage. Da?
Veronica, we're on Moraga Row, and the power came back at 5 o'clock.
7 days, we're all going to get it breather.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Darren. Before we go, the latest on the power shutdowns. PG&E this hour telling us about 210,000 people have had their electricity turned back on. That is roughly 31% of those impacted by the outage.
And that leaves about 510,000 customers still waiting for the power to come back on. Our team of reporters still covering this story for you. Don't forget, you can always find the latest information online at kpix.com. Thanks so much for watching at 6. We have the CBS Evening News coming up next.
And we'll be back here at 7 o'clock with more updates.